Hello, welcome back. This is Wency from Wency's Toys channel, and today I will be reviewing the Lego set 75325, The Mandalorian's N-1 Starfighter from the Lego Star Wars series from 2022. So let's get right to it. Oh, and before I forget, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and please consider subscribing, as a lot of my viewers have not yet subscribed to my channel, and it would help me a lot in bringing you more content like this in future. Thank you very much! Okay, so now on to the review. So this is again the review of the Lego set 75325, The Mandalorian's N-1 Starfighter. And first up, let's take a look at the minifigures. So this one is Melipoto, one of the Tatooine port maintainers, I would say, or yeah, one of the landing base maintainer, and she is a engineer, and I think she is a little bit older, so yes, I like that there are wrinkly prints here on her face. She has a full lock of hair, very accurate to the show. Very nice brown overalls, very nice printing, although there's no leg printing. She has a utility belt, and she has a wrench here. Very cool. And taking a look at the back, she has a secondary smiley face, which is nice, and of course some back printing. Next up is a BD droid. So this one is named BD72. So this is one of the BD droids working at Pelimoto's garage or port. And yeah, it's a simple minifigure, or I would even say just a statuette, because it can't really move anything. It's just, there. But very nice mold that they made a specific mold for just the BD droids now. And if you are a fan of the Star Wars game The Fallen Jedi, which has a BD unit, then yeah, this might be a set for you, so that you can get a minifigure BD droid. And of course, since this is the Mandalorian's N-1 Starfighter, we can't have the set without the Mandalorian. So he is here with his Beskar armor. Very cool. It's the same printing as the old Mandalorian minifigures that you can get in the Trouble in Tatooine sets, or the other Mandalorian sets where he already has his Beskar armor. So it's the same printing there. Very cool. But this one, he has his jetpack instead of just the cape. Now he has his Darksaber, because at this point, when he got his N-1 Starfighter in the Book of Boba Fett show, he already is having to use the Darksaber. And one thing that's different from the previous Mandalorian minifigures, even though all of the printing is the same, is the head. So in the Trouble in Tatooine, he still sports the black head, because he hasn't shown his face yet at that point in the show. But here he already has the Din Djarin face, so much stubble, and for the printing, he doesn't have a back face because it's gonna show if he wears his helmet. So the only difference is, yeah, the Mandalorian has a face here now, just like in the Razor Crest. So if you're looking for a minifigure that has a face for the Mandalorian, this is a cheaper alternative, although you don't get the hairpiece, but the hairpiece is a generic hairpiece in the Razor Quest. So you can probably get it in a building minifigure shop, and yeah, just let him use that hairpiece. And last but not the least, of course, since this is the N-1 Starfighter, and if you've seen the Book of Boba Fett show, you know that Grogu goes back with the Mandalorian. Spoilers. And he is riding the N-1 Starfighter. So again, this is the same Grogu minifigure from the Trouble in Tatooine. So if you're just looking to getting the Mandalorian and the Grogu minifigure, you can get that cheaper set. So it's just a statuette with this one. Of course, he has a minifigure head, so pretty cool. Okay, so now on to the main build. So this is the N-1 Starfighter, the new N-1 Starfighter for the Mandalorian, which Pelimoto built from a junked N-1 Starfighter. So if you've watched Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, it was there that the N-1 Starfighter was first introduced from the Naboo, and it was all yellow, right? So of course, if you're a garage owner that repurposes starfighters or repurposes any vehicle or cargo ship, then of course you strip the paint off first. So this is a stripped off paint with just whatever pieces that they could make fit for the N-1 Starfighter. And I think from what they said in the show, they modified the engines a bit as well to give it a little bit more oomph or power. So if you've watched the show, you know that this Mandalorian Starfighter is supposed to be a sleek build, and it looks almost like gunmetal silver for everything. So one of my disappointments or hesitations on why I didn't buy this set originally when it first came out was that it is not all smoothed out on the wings, which it should be, because it's supposed to be all one color as well. It should be that the wing color should be the same as the body or the fuselage color. So that is one of my qualms. And it would have been nice if this was all smoothed out with smooth plates, right? Because we don't see any imperfections on the wings of the Mandalorian Starfighter. But I do like that even though it should be symmetrically the same right down the middle, as you can see here, there are things that are a little bit different on each side because it is a custom job and it is a repair job. So very cool that there's some things that are offset here. There's some yellow parts there, and it's not truly symmetrical along the middle, right? Even the engines, this one has some stickers here and a different kind of build as opposed to the left engine, right? But some of it is the same. The whole build experience for the engines is the same. It's just that the parts that comprise the engine, at least the front part, is a little bit different. So yeah, that is one of the things that I like about this one. And of course, it has space for the Mandalorian, but it doesn't have space for the jetpack. So I had to use my Mandalorian minifigure that has the cape. It doesn't have a holder for the Darksaber. That's one of the things that I make this a little bit disappointing. But how can you fit that Darksaber here since it doesn't have a lot of space? It's a Starfighter. It's supposed to be fast and slick, right? It's nice that they put again the space for Grogu in the original show. I like that very much. But yeah, as you can see here, some of the things are not really attached that well. So you need to be a little bit more careful when you're moving this around or when kids are playing with it. It is a kid's toy. It's not really for display, right? So some of the parts here, like the rear engine, can fall off easily because it's not, if the friction here is not that good, then yeah, it will fall off easily because it's just being held by a 2x4 plate or 2x2 plate, I would say. But there is one play feature that is nice. There is one stud shooter here, although There should be two since there are two front blasters here. So this is the firing mechanism. So if I push down here, there you go. So again, this can be lost if your kids are playing with it. So just be very careful. Yeah, and I like that there's just a few stickers. There's a sticker for the firing mechanism, a sticker here for the some of the engine details. And yeah, that's about it. It's a nice simple build. It's just 2 bags. You can probably build this within less than an hour. But for the price, it came late here in Malaysia. For the price per piece, it's one of the more expensive Star Wars sets, even if you add the Star Wars inflation rate, right? The price per piece here is about 14 to 15 US cents. So this is a $60 set. So if you're just looking to getting the Mandalorian without the printed head and Grogu, the set Trouble on Tatooine is a much cheaper set because it's just $30. So it's a 10 US cents per piece, as opposed to this one that's $60, which for 4 minifigures, and you just get an additional BD droid, plus the fact that it's a little bit small build, right? It's a smaller Starfighter as compared to an X-Wing. So I am not sure that it is really worth the $60 US price range. So if you can get this on discount, then yeah, it probably, if you can get it at a 15 to 20% discount, that would be great. I bought this with a 10% discount because it's been a while already that this is out. So at this point, if these are not selling well, I don't think people are buying this in the bulk, since it's just for the Mandalorian. Not sure if you're going to be building a Mandalorian Starfighter army or fleet. So yeah, but overall, if you can get this at the discount, it's a worthy piece to buy at the discount. I would say if you can get it between, again, with a 15 to 20% discount, so maybe about $50. That still seems a bit pricey to me, but if you can get it less than $50, then yeah, I would say buy it. But more than that, it's a little bit iffy. So yeah, and that's it for my review of the Lego set 75325, the Mandalorian's N-1 Starfighter. And if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and please consider subscribing, as a lot of my viewers have not yet subscribed to my channel, and it would help me a lot in bringing you more content like this in the future. Thank you very much.